What's good, it's your boy, and I'm back with another banging video. Today we checking out a great Larry Bird story, the best Larry Bird versus cocky instigator story ever told. Now, we've been loving these on the channel. Y'all been showing so much love, and Bird Gang was for here from the jump. So y'all know I gotta come back with one for y'all all the time. So y'all spaz up on that like button, and if you're new to the content, make sure you're subscribing. For the guys that already been joining the fam and you're a reoccurring subscriber, bro, hey, it's love, man. Y'all know I'm gonna come back with these vids for y'all. But with that being said, I ain't gonna hold y'all any longer. Let's get into the story.
After being selected in the first round of the 1984 NBA draft, Kevin Willis played 21 seasons in the NBA, and standing at 7 feet tall, 245 pounds, he was an enforcer, an instigator, and sometimes an outright bully every year that he played.
We just had Sally and Willis bang one another.
Oh!
Now, also, Willis popped
him
Sally right in the face.
And in Game 7 of the 1988 Eastern Conference semifinals, while playing for the Atlanta Hawks, he tried to bully his way through Larry Bird and the Boston Celtics.
It was a lot of banging. It was 2 referees at the time, so you could just go in and
he under there banging with McHale.
Everything. You get busted in the mouth, you get elbowed in the chin, whatever it was, and sometimes you get caught, sometimes you don't.
There is blood on
it was a different game.
Johnson's face. He is cut at the right eye as he comes out.
He cut him with a bow?
But that's how we played. That was the Eastern Conference, and I loved it. I welcomed it, and they taught me a lot. And so I knew what referee you can get away with stuff and what referees you can't do anything with.
Tommy, no love lost between Willis and McHale in this series.
He had it set up.
A whole series, a little contact here and there. You watch him right now, and here's some serious stuff going on as McHale held him, and then Willis just smacked him in the nose, and then back comes McHale, and they call the second one. You didn't see the first one. All you did was see the second one.
If you want to make a footprint in this game, you want to make a name for yourself. The physical part, that was great. Do it when you need it, but it's all mental. It was mental.
Unfortunately, Kevin Willis picked the wrong one to play mind games with, because at the end of the third quarter, with Larry Bird having a relatively quiet game up until that point, Kevin Willis did something to set Larry Bird off, and the ultimate instigator accidentally ignited one of the greatest fourth quarter performances of all time.
That fourth quarter, maybe the best fourth quarter as far as mano of all time.
In that series, Larry Bird and the Boston Celtics were facing the greatest Atlanta Hawks team in franchise history, led by the human highlight film Dominique Wilkins.
15 seconds. Here's Eddie Johnson.
Oh, God.
And what a spectacular dunk.
He was spectacular. I mean, just spectacular. The dunks.
Oh, my goodness. The contact is crazy. Oh, my goodness.
So we're playing. It's Nick's a rookie. He's coming in. The ball goes up. You know. I push C-Web. You know how you clear space. You get that rebound every day. You're not even worried about it because I push it and I go up to get it. And all of a sudden, man, there's just a force all over my shoulder. He grabs it. He dunks it.
He got over
short shorts. They were right here. I tell you right now.
On the shoulder,
I mean,
dude.
he threw that thing down, and I was like, oh my! And Larry has the classic line. Larry goes. You know, Larry never got too excited. He goes, shoot, I better box that guy out, huh, Kev? I said, yeah, I suggest you put a body on him. That was one of the craziest things ever. I'd never seen a guy that high in my life. He just threw it down.
Short shorts right here, huh, kid?
Dang,
right
he
here,
was
baby.
super high.
I still have nightmares about that, Smitty.
Obviously.
When I was young in basketball camps, kids would always ask me, have you ever been dunked on? And I said, every game. By my teammate. You know?
He said every game?
I thought I was getting the offensive rebound. And then all of a sudden this guy is jumping over me. You know, he had this
my goodness, Dominique was crazy.
Floor, but very few people can go to the penthouse.
Yeah. But when the series began, Larry Bird set the tone in Game 1 by dropping 24 points in the first quarter.
Oh my God. 24? Smack. 24 in the first. Easy.
Inside Larry, pushed by Wilkins, fall away Bird. Yeah!
What did I say at the top? Bird will be ready.
24 in the first quarter, a new Garden record, the most points ever scored.
Yo, I think the Dominique Larry like rivalry, I feel like it was exciting because it was like that offensive, like, because Dominique couldn't stop him, and I don't think Larry could have stopped him either with all those hops. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be a lot of scoring, a big offensive battle. But also, like, the Celtics, I feel like, had a more complete squad, so at the end of the day, the defense would ultimately get the stops on Dominique when they needed, at least. But at the end of the day, I feel like this possibly was a super, like, just highlight film of a game. Any game that these two teams jumped on the court, because the hops of Dominique is ridiculous. Oh my goodness, those putbacks, like, I believe that the sharks were like right here. I believe it. He'll never forget that. Nightmares about it. Kevin McHale's a funny guy, but definitely, Dominique, and I could have watched that rivalry and them two play any day, all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, the highlights on those games, man. I only wish I was there to see that, though. That would have been an amazing thing to see in person. But let's jump back into it.
Would be 4 in 1 quarter in a Boston Garden game.
Well, the whole series was crazy. Game 1 and 2, the Celtics won by like a combined 80 points. Like,
that was a crazy save.
I remember coming back for Game 3 to Atlanta, and the big article in Atlanta Journal was "Put a fork in them, we're done." You know, and then we win Game 3, and then win Game 4. Go into Boston and win Game 5.
We won Game 5 in Boston. We was not supposed to win that game, you know, the critics say. So we knew going to Game 6, I said, man, we could advance and we can beat these guys.
And then the last play in Game 6, I inbounded the ball to Cliff Livingston, and he was supposed to dribble handoff to either me or Dominique. Cliff looked at Dominique, and then Cliff went on his own and shot it. Cliff's right-handed. He shot a left-handed hook shot.
A left-handed hook shot.
Game.
He missed that most definitely.
Here we go.
You don't even have to see it to know he missed that left-handed hook.
Livingston, no.
Look at that weak.
Has won the game.
Yo, give it to Dominique.
We blew our opportunity, and at the end of the game, we drew up a play, and it turned into a broken play, and Cliff Livingston went to back with left-hand running hook. I was mad because the play was supposed to come to me, and I'm like, Woody, don't break the play, bro. And so we ended up losing that game. And
we had won, and we was waiting to play the winner of Atlanta-Boston. Yeah, they beat y'all Game 6 in Atlanta. Dumars and I on the phone because we watching the game and we taking notes. After y'all lost Game 6, Joe and I hung up. We said, all right, we playing Boston because they ain't going to win in Boston.
It's too hard playing in Boston.
And so I remember landing in Boston, and I remember this old lady at the airport, and I'm not exaggerating. She may have been 80, and she walks up to me, "Hey, Rivers, you thought you wasn't coming back, did you?" I will never forget that. I wish I knew who that lady was.
After the game,
old school fans, 80.
Prediction, he said, Atlanta blew their opportunity. I'm guaranteeing a win in Boston.
That's different. That's different.
Well, they had a chance. You know, they had a big chance to beat us. I think now that we're going to come out and play like we did tonight, but we're going to be at home, and our shots are going to be dropping a little bit better, and we're going to be running a little bit faster. So I'd say Sunday's going to be a big win for the Celtics.
At home court advantage.
And we had to look at that, right? Big headlines. So I remember we get to Boston, and we walk out of the locker room, and I stopped. I said, we going to win this bleak game. I said, if you ain't ready to fight, you ain't ready to go to war, don't come out here. I said, whoever guarding me tonight going to have a long night.
Exactly.
Dominique. He is off quickly here with 6 points.
Ooh, off the back.
I mean, every time I got to lane, there was Parrish, there was Dennis in the lanes, there was Kevin McHale. So I had to get creative. But I felt like in that game, no matter what they threw at me, it didn't matter.
Not whenever he got that tunnel vision, he in the zone.
Wilkins from the perimeter.
Don't matter what they throw at him.
20 points for Dominique.
And during the first 3 quarters, everyone could see that Larry Bird didn't look like his normal dominating self.
What?
So Bird has not taken charge, and perhaps age and father time starting to tell. Bird cuts free.
Oh, he missed the midi?
Moving tightly on Johnson after he picks up his dribble. Against the double team, Bird is short again. Bird on the pull-up.
Oh.
So
the superstar who put the pressure squarely
Everybody
on his
have a bad
shoulders
shooting
by
day sometime, bro.
guaranteeing a victory here for
He can
Boston
shake
in
it back.
number
It's
7,
early.
struggling in the opening period.
And when Kevin Willis saw a glimpse of weakness, he got way too cocky and decided that this was his chance to break Larry Bird's spirit. But instead of breaking Larry's spirit, all he did was wake up a sleeping giant.
He ignited
You know,
it.
Bill, I was that guy who wanted to be physical, the enforcer on the team and all that. And I had to sort of try to protect Dominique. And so when Willis Reed became assistant coach, he got in my ear. Willis Reed said, man, listen, the physicality is great, but it's the mental side of the game I want you to start focusing on.
Never forget this. Kevin Willis, we would come down the court in the third quarter, and he reached over.
You could tell he pissed.
Bird's chest.
So it was
pissed.
Kevin
You could
Willis,
tell he's
it was
pissed
me
about
and
that.
Larry. We run down the court, and Kevin reached across me, put his hands in Bird's chest. Reaches across me and puts his finger in Larry Bird's chest. Said, "Don't let this so and so score any more tonight."
I said, "Don't let this so and so score no more tonight."
I said, "Don't let this so and so score any more tonight." I'm like,
"Don't let this son of a gun score anymore." Bird's eyes got this big.
Yo.
I look at Kevin, what are you doing?
This is my man.
Like, what the hell are you doing? You don't want to awaken a sleeping giant. He got 12 points. Like, don't wake him up.
We were perfect.
Kevin, what you doing?
Like, this is my man. Like, what is going on?
Let him stay asleep. Yes. And he got hot.
Really hot.
Coach said, "Nick, go out there. Stop." I'm like, "Stop him. He hot now. Forget that." That's the only thing I can do is try to match him bucket for bucket. And it was a shootout in the fourth quarter. It came down to the last shot.
Not so good at it.
Yo.
Bird gets it in low on the turnaround.
He turned up.
Bird now cuts free.
Them same shots started falling.
So they displayed in the early moments. Bird is up with the shot.
Gotcha. He lit up.
Mike Fratello might need an early timeout. Bird started out 2 of 7.
Yo.
He has hit his last 3.
Started out 2 of 7, hit his last 3, just like that. Turned up.
Listen, he was unbelievable, and he was so clutch. Meek was just as clutch that night. It's just that Larry in the fourth quarter.
Oh, Meek had a nice little rainbow shot.
Bird cuts free, left hands it.
Oh, left-handed. Sky hook? Was that a sky hook?
101 to 99.
Said Bird had 20 of his 34 in the fourth quarter. Dominique had 17 of his 47 in the fourth quarter, and they were going bucket for bucket down the
Dang, Dominique had 47.
Larry was torturing him. Dominique was torturing me on when he had the ball.
This is a type of game of who's going to blink first.
Wilkins responds.
He's killing him from the middle, boy. It's
That
beautiful.
fourth
He got a
quarter,
nice shot.
Maybe the best fourth quarter as far as mano of all time.
Between the two of them.
It's Bird's turn.
Oh, man. You know, it was crazy, too, because it's rare in a game you feel it.
Right.
That was one of the few games I was sitting
knew
there,
it.
This was a hell of a game right now. It was a hell of a game.
And what's even more impressive is that in those 1988 playoffs, Larry Bird had painful bone spurs in both feet that were so bad that he didn't even play the following season because he had to get surgery on both feet. And though Larry Bird played a few more seasons, this injury essentially ended Larry Bird's dominant career as we knew it because he was never the same again. However, on this night, with 2 bad feet, Larry Bird disregarded the pain and went shot for shot with one of the greatest scorers of all time, and once again proved why he's the toughest player in NBA history.
In 88, we were banged up a little bit. Matter of fact,
Hey, just let me pause it real quick. Now, all right, even though this was a shootout and a great game and everything, let's take that into consideration. He was playing with bad feet, with 2 bad feet, just to say so. At the end of the day, Dominique was probably fully healthy. This was probably a young Dominique. So just to say, we got to give him a little bit more ups. It was Father Time, and the injuries was derailing him on his back. You know what I'm saying? And he was still playing like this, still going shot for shot. Still turned up on him after you want to talk a little bit of ish, huh, young fella? Let me show you something. And he lit up on him, and that's just what Larry does, man. He takes over games, and that's what I love about him. He's one of the greatest players. I'm sorry, these earphones make my ear itch. I'm probably not gonna wear these no more. But he takes over game after game, and he never really let the team down. That's why he's really a legend, and that's why he's in my top 5. There's not too many people that are better than him. And honestly, when it comes down to the LeBrons and the Jordans, I put Larry right up there with them. I don't know about other people, but it definitely shows every time we watch a story, every time we check him out. It's monumental moments. It's not only the refs or the outside spectators or the fans talking about him. It's the actual legends themselves, like Dominique and Karl Malone, like Gary Payton. They're like, oh no, you don't understand how really good he was, how he used to do us bad. And these guys were the utmost best players. So the respect that they have for Larry, it says a lot. It speaks for itself. But let's jump back into it.
The great story about this series is I remember before this big game against Dominique that Larry was out shooting, and I was out shooting early at one end of the court. Larry was down at the other end, and I noticed that Larry was down there like shooting left-handed jump hooks from like 12, 15 feet. Now, he made left-handed shots, but
jump hooks,
shooting right-handed jump hooks from 12 or 15 feet. And I went down there and go like, what are you doing? He goes, my Achilles tendons are killing me. My step back it won't work tonight. I need that jump hook. And he made something in that game. I mean, it's just unbelievable. That just tells you his confidence and tells you what kind of a player he was, just to have a game plan of what shots he was going to make that night.
Right, he already switched it up.
Bird attempting to break free, stays with it.
And one. He switched up his entire game.
Bird just get the ball and wheel into the defense. That's banged and
oh my goodness, that was an insane shot though.
Just like he rehearsed it.
To watch him just gut it out and just to will his body to even finish that game, let alone score 20 in the fourth quarter of a game 7 is mind-boggling to me.
Man, he was doing a little bit of everything. I don't know really what he was doing in that fourth quarter, but the stuff that he was doing, it was unbelievable, man. I mean, he was throwing left-hand shots, running hooks. His game was at another level. We was trying to match each other's will, and so it was just a game who was going to hit first.
That's a facial. Dude was in his face. Dang.
And the duel continues.
They are not playing back-to-back buckets.
107 Boston.
It was probably like 30, 40 seconds to go in the game. But I remember he said, you know, we both deserve to win, but somebody got to go home.
112, 109.
That's a fact. You can't both go home the winner.
A must here for the Hawks.
They knew who was going to get the ball. It's like Robert Parrish always said, 40,000 eyes on Larry Bird because they knew he was going to get the ball. And we knew it, our opponents knew it, now it's just up to them to stop it.
Right. Can't put everybody on Bird, though.
And Wilkins is there. Bird comes for
one-on-one, and he beat. He beat.
You are watching what
easy.
Greatness is all about.
2 hurt feet.
We began the broadcast by telling you about Larry Bird, who, following the Game 6 victory by the Celtics in Atlanta, guaranteed a win in number 7.
And Willis almost got over.
By losing number 6.
Guaranteed that win. He wouldn't get there.
Slowly. But here in the fourth period, he has
Amazing.
shown you why he's a future Hall of Famer. 20 points this quarter. He is 9 of 10 in this period. He has hit his last 6 field goals. And as far as Larry Bird is concerned,
lit up in the fourth.
It's Detroit. Here we come. The miss, and that's it.
Yo.
Boston,
he guaranteed the win. Bird said he was going to get that.
I mean, that was one of the greatest performances I've seen from a guy in those circumstances. Because you're talking about 7th game in the playoffs. To carry his team the way he did in that fourth quarter, man, to his credit, man, he took the Celtics and put them on his back.
Right.
And pretty much that was it.
Well, that was the end of the video. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That rivalry between those two guys, Dominique and Larry, was different, but it was really battle. It was a real offensive battle, and it wasn't really about getting stops. Like Dominique said, I just gotta outscore him. And Kevin Willis, you the one that really created that, so maybe we should put him on. But at the end of the day, it didn't matter who you put on Larry. It didn't matter who you put on Dominique. They were both hot, and they willed their teams through them games. They both put up hella stats, and honestly, it could have went to either guy, but Larry wanted it more. We all know how it goes, and to do it with 2 hurt feet, like to do it with all the injuries derailing him, and Dominique was young at that time. He looked a lot younger than Larry was. So to be battling against the kids, and still be able to come out the victor, you know what I'm saying? Youth doesn't always win. But that just shows much more to Larry's legacy and also his trash talk. But to guarantee to win, that's the ultimate trash talk. Like, I guarantee it, but to pull it off and to pull through, that's what Larry does, and that's what makes him our best trash talker, my best trash talker for sure. But definitely an amazing story. We got a lot more videos coming, doing sports videos, doing music videos. I got a lot of stuff coming for you guys on the channel, so make sure you rocking with me, man. If you're new to the content, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I got a lot of stuff coming, and I would appreciate you if you haven't joined the fam yet, do that. But also like that video. By liking the video, I'm gonna know you guys want me to come back with more of this type of content. So when y'all spaz out on that, I'm gonna come back with more of these type of videos soon. If y'all don't spaz out on that like button, I'm gonna know y'all don't want to see this. But with that being said, bro, y'all have been great, and it's been much appreciated for y'all to be joining the fam. Guys, we're almost at 20K. 50K is the goal for the year, so if we make it to 50K, oh my goodness, we got dreams coming true. I'm trying to get to hundreds of thousands, one step at a time. It's all about growth and progression, and I can't do it without you. If you made it all the way through the video, you the real MVP, man. Larry gang, I can't wait for the next one. I hope you know what it is, and I'm out, you did.